Welcome back to the Steve and Sulley study. I really hope you've been getting a lot of value from the episodes, and as I've mentioned in a few of the podcasts, my goal, my mission is to bring you content that is just real. It's not something that I'm just trying to say just to make it sound cool or for people to be impressed. I'm trying to bring on the very, very best guests that I believe have the mindset of a winner. And for me, it doesn't matter whether someone's pursuing a career in, I don't know, being a teacher, being a chef, being an athlete, being a business person, being a property investor, you know, a boxer. For me, it doesn't matter. What it comes down to is those their attributes and their characteristics and their personality traits. I'm very, very attracted, or I gravitate towards people that have a very optimistic view of life, and regardless what happens, it could be raining, it could be sunny, it could be hailstones, it could be windy, it could be a tornado out there. They just crack on and look to achieve massive amount of success regardless of what's happening. And every single one of my guests, I really try and home in on some of those points. So I wanted to talk to you about a guest that I had on recently, who I was really, really thrilled to get on, because for some time I've been looking to get him on the podcast. And what was even more kind of satisfying for me and really humbling is not only did he invite me to his house, but he invited me over 2 weeks out from probably his biggest fight he's ever had to date. And it's a guy called Ted Cheeseman. I'm doing this podcast to recap on some of the points that I really picked up on, because he's really inspired me. Listen, I'm not trying to become a professional boxer and become world champion and and die for all that glory. That's not my mission, but he's inspired me to push myself in many aspects of my life, including training, boxing and exercise. And there was basically three characteristics that jump out to me that Ted either said, or he gave me that those kind of signals. So I wanted to share them with you. So part of the conversation that I had with him, he was saying to me that he's had his ups and his downs, and I mean everybody go through adversity sometimes. And what I liked about him, he recognised some of the challenges he went through, and then he said to me, when he first got into boxing, or probably a year into it, all his mindset and all of his like focus was just on about making money, having the big houses and the cars and stuff. And don't get me wrong, they're all fantastic things. My background is in sales, and I can tell you this: most salespeople you come across when they get into sales for the first time also want those kind of things. They want the big houses. They want to have the lavish holidays. They want to jump on private jets, yachts, have lovely cars, have lovely clothes, watches. And look, we all want that. And I totally believe it's nice to treat yourself every so often, have stepping stone goals. But not many people actually step into the industry, including boxing, actually say, I really want to be actually the best and become the best version of me in that sector. And what Ted said is he shifted his mind from having tangible stuff to just becoming the very, very best boxer he can be. Because what he does realise, that if you become a sharper version, a stronger version, a quicker version, more technical person, actually money and all those other nice things come along with it. It goes with the territory. So sometimes it's about focusing on the right things. So what I've taken from that is, rather than focusing too much on some of the materialistic stuff, which I do think is important to set those goals, really focus on you. I know it's going to sound a bit cliche and a bit corny and a little bit, a little bit cheesy, but Warren Buffett said the best investment you can make is in yourself. And there's so much fucking truth in that. If you are constantly thinking about yourself and how to improve, how to adapt, and strive to be a very, very successful version of yourself, then everything else comes with it. So Ted was talking about focusing on being the best boxer, and everything else will fall in place. So that's number one. Focus on being the best version of you, the best version in your sector. Dominate your sector, and everything else will come with it. The second thing that jumped out to me, which Ted mentioned, or he even displayed, was his work rate. We all have experienced a very unusual year in 2020. Let's think back at Christmas or even New Year's. Did any one of us believe or think or know that we was going to enter 2020 facing a pandemic, a coronavirus, lockdown, wearing masks, people afraid to go near each other, gyms shut, restaurants shut, bars shut, travel is been very, very much restricted, and there's talks about this lasting for a very long time, and even second lockdowns and all kinds of crazy things. Did any of us actually think that's ever going to happen? So what that has demonstrated to all of us is anything in life, anything in your business, anything in your career or in your job can happen, and you cannot rule it out, and you need to be prepared. And with Ted, he spoke about and displayed in his fight against Sam Eggleton, who he actually beat, that hard work and your work rate will pretty much overcome, or certainly give you an edge over your competition. How many of you, how many organisations, how many businesses out there, how many of them are shut? How many of them have gone on to furlough? Now, I'm not knocking those businesses, because some people haven't got a choice. But how many people out there do you know have still got that winner's mindset to think, you know what, I'm going to find opportunity in this mess, and I'm going to work my fucking ass off, and I'm still going to work like tomorrow is not a guarantee. And with Ted in his fight, he went 12 rounds with Sam Eggleton, who is a very, very tough fighter. And many say that fight was, very, very, very close, 50-50. It was matched up to be a 50-50 fight, and Ted won on points. Had one shot went slightly wrong, had he slipped or mistimed something, had he lost another round or so, the result would have been completely different. And what got him through that is his work rate. So I'm asking you, and I'm actually asking myself, am I working hard enough? We're going through this year, and let's just imagine this year is like a 12-round fight. Well, we're 6 rounds into it now. Have you really given that 6 rounds, your six months, all that hard work? Are you really pushing forward? Because even if your technique is letting you down, even if your, let's say your strength is letting you down, even if your stamina, or let's say your experience is slightly letting you down, what won't let you down is your hard work, mentality and efforts, and your push and your fight to want to keep on going forward. What I love about someone like Ted, and what I love about some kind of boxers and fighters, is even if he would have been 6 rounds down, 7 rounds down, 8 rounds down, he's still pushing forward and wearing that other person down. And bearing in mind, it only takes one opportunity, one punch, one bit of good timing for things to be changed around. And when you expose yourself to your clients, your customers, let's say you're immersed into your sector, it just takes one opportunity and one moment for everything to be changed for the better. I've seen salespeople literally have no money, and within a few days of the end of the month, before they're about to get paid their basic, or not paid at all because they've got no commission on the board, they've come across a very good client, and they've ended up earning 5, 10, 15, 20,000 pounds. And if you're not working hard, you won't ever expose yourself to that opportunity or to that luck. And the reason why I say it invertedly is because look, we all make our own luck, and the old cliche saying is when opportunity meets preparation. How can you be prepared? It's by fucking working really, really hard. So the second thing that I took from Ted is his hard work ethic. The last one, it's going to sound a bit odd, but as a pro boxer, right, you have earned your stripes. He was ABA champion. He was a fantastic amateur. He's put thousands of hours into sparring, thousands of hours into sprinting, road running, thousands of hours into weightlifting, strength and conditioning. I mean, you know, he's really knuckled into his craft and he's literally earned his stripes. It's quite easy when someone's done their hard work and their foundation work to say, you know what, I deserve, you know, this kind of treatment now because I'm a pro and, you know, I've won all these fights and I've got this experience, etc. And what I'm trying to get to is he was the first fighter or fights to be fighting in the Match Room's headquarters, which was basically outside Eddie Hearn's or Barry Hearn's old house. And it quite easily, some people could be a diva and say, I'm not going to do that. You know, I deserve better. What true champions do is they don't blame circumstances and they don't blame the environment. They think, okay, this is the situation being imposed onto me. I can't change it. So how can I get the best out of this? So the third thing I got from Ted is how his mindset on that this coronavirus has happened and he had to be locked into Matchroom's headquarters for roughly about a week before the fight. He couldn't leave. He could only leave his room, I think, an hour a day. So to be honest, that was that must be quite challenging in itself. And he still found a way to think, right, doesn't matter what's happening here. I've got to find a way to win and I've got to find a way to use this situation for me. And I cannot moan about it. I've got to just crack on. And I believe if you've got that mentality of just cracking on and just finding how you can use the whole entire environment as a way of making more money, becoming a more successful, drumming up some more business, making your company better, etc. That's the kind of personality traits that big companies they would look to employ certain employees if they had that mentality. Business partners will look to team up people like you to do joint ventures with. Staff will look for someone like that as a leader to motivate them and inspire them. That's the kind of stuff that basically winners have. If you're a loser, you find a way to complain. If you're a winner, you find a way just to push on. And it really is as simple as that. If you haven't watched his fight against Sam Eggleton, I suggest you do, regardless if you're into fighting or boxing or not, because it teaches you a lot about someone's mentality when they're willing to do whatever it takes to win, fight, keep on attacking, keep on going all the way up until the last round, to the last second, and you can transfer that into your own life. I hope you got some value from this. Please subscribe, comment, leave a review. Bearing in mind I'm on YouTube, and bearing in mind if you're watching it on YouTube, I'm also on iTunes on the podcast. Be happy, never content.